Hi, my name is Paula Diaz, and I had the opportunity of interviewing Papa Jerry Dakey. He is the grandfather to my husband, and so I didn't grow up with a grandfather. I just had a grandmother on my mom's side, and so having the opportunity to talk to a grandpa was kind of cool. I think something that really, well, there are a couple points that really touched me from my conversations with him. One was just kind of seeing what he thought about aging and the aging process and where he kind of saw himself on that line. And so when we talked about if he felt old, I mean, he's 83 years old, going on for 84, but he has a clean bill of health and really only goes to the doctor for routine exams. And so as we were talking, he talked about how he really only felt numerically old, but how um, in time, his mental capabilities are still there and um, his facets are still there, but how he has noticed a decline in physical activity. He's noticed that physical activity that used to be pretty um, easy to do, or at least it wasn't challenging, has become harder. He has always tried to stay active, knowing that that would help him later on in life. So he played on the high school football team. He was in the Navy, um, and he goes, or before the pandemic, went to the gym around 3 times a week with his wife, and has always tried to stay as active as possible. But nonetheless, he's starting to see that it's harder to pick up the water jug and replace it. He isn't able to just throw it over his shoulder and not think about it. He has to be more careful and make sure he's being careful and taking care of his back. And those are the things that remind him that he's getting older, and it can be frustrating. It can be difficult when um, your mind doesn't feel old. You don't think you are, but your body's telling you a different story. Another part that he mentioned that was really um, eye-opening is he talked about how, in his whole life he worried about getting the good grades, or if someone told him he couldn't do it, he was going to do it. Um, but now he's coming to realize that um, this life has we have a lot to learn from this life, and it's a privilege, and we should take advantage of that. When he was my age, he told me that he really focused on getting the good grades, and he didn't actually have to put that much study effort to it. He would just kind of do a little basic study, get the grade, and be good to go. Now he's realizing that education is hard to come by and something that needs to be valued. And so he likes to learn everything that he can. He was a real estate appraiser throughout his life, but after he retired, he became the county commissioner for Moore County, North Carolina. And he does it because he likes to learn. He likes to learn about different things. He likes to be challenged. And so after our interview, he invited me to take time to learn, to read books, to explore different things that I might think that I'm not interested in, but to really give it the time of day. And overall, my experiences with him was positive. It was one of reflection, and I learned that this life has a lot to offer, but it's what we put into it that we get out. And he was a great example, and it was such an opportunity to get to see and hear from his experiences in life. And yeah, that was my experience with interviewing Jerry Dakey.